Sandy, we want to talk about track days, and I highly encourage people when they buy a sport bike that they take a race school, or they get out to the track and sort of, if you want to push the limits of your motorcycle, do it in a safe environment. What do you see in terms of tires if somebody comes to do a track day? Do they need to put tires on their bike, or new tires?
I mean, no, you don't need to put new tires. Minimally, the OEM tires or your street tires will be adequate for track days. Mm-hmm. And in some cases, they're actually better than the race tires. They work with no tire warmers,
right?
So they don't need the aid of being pre-warmed by the tire warmers.
Right.
They'll work at an ambient temperature or possibly that cooler day. Mm-hmm. So, as you move up in bike prep and suspension, then you would get into the race tires.
Yeah.
But you can show up with your OEM tires and be pretty good to go.
Okay, so last week we were talking about how to prep your bike for the track, and you were saying it's pretty simple. Make sure that everything is mechanically sound, and then you tape up your headlight and your mirrors, and change out the fluid in your radiator from radiator coolant to water,
antifreeze,
and you're ready to go. But do you see many people riding to the track to do a track day? Do people still do that?
We used to 20 or more years ago.
Yeah.
I would see guys with toolboxes bungee corded to their seats and spare tires around their waist and so on. But now it's become more of a family sport. There's campers and motorhomes and children around, and we still have the odd customer who does.
Right.
But we recommend that you don't. Should you have a mechanical breakdown or a little oopsie, tip over and simply break off a brake lever,
right,
getting home is a bit of a problem.
If you come out with just your street bike and street tires, you're good to go. But you said some guys take it to the next level, right? And so then they get into race tires, tire warmers, shocks, that kind of thing?
Yep. Yeah, we have, in our line in Dunlop, we have a Q3, which is our closest street tire to a race tire, which is the step up from the OE tire, which a lot of people enjoy because you don't need the tire warmers.
Right.
They still perform somewhat like a race tire. And then above that, you get into the full racing treaded tire or the slick, like on Marco's bike here.
Right.
And then tire warmers are highly recommended.
So really, you can approach this at any level. You can sort of take it easy, go with your bike almost virtually stock, and then like Marco's bike here, you can go full on, almost ready for a national superbike.
That's correct.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thanks for all your advice on prepping for the track.
My pleasure.